right, let's bring you some updates on the hashtag Justice for Mohbad saga as it stands. His team has spoken up, offering support to law enforcement following several concerning videos of abuse against the star turning up online. The Lagos Police Command on Saturday said it has commenced full investigation into the death of the singer. The Lagos State Police Commissioner, CP Idowu Owohunwa, in an official statement, has ordered a special investigation team within the Homicide Unit for a thorough inquiry into the circumstances surrounding Mohbad's death. Fellow Nigerian star and close friend of Mohbad, Shmurda, finally broke silence. The Nigerian star who cancelled his September Canadian tour had a lot to say. A portion of his outburst said, and I quote, "I no go gree, I no go gree and I mean it. Samlarry and Marlians music must be arrested. Make all of us day police, and if the Nigerian police too weak as body to fish these people out, we do it street legal or illegal any which way like this war don't start." In an emotional video, Mohbad's mother cries out, debunking claims that she passed away when he was a young boy, and went on to place curses on everyone who had a hand in her son's death, even revealing the late star had no peace of mind since his involvement with Naira Marley. It's indeed such a sensitive time for the family, fans, and the entire music scene. We anxiously await the results of the police investigation, and yet again we join our voices to the rest of the world to say justice for Mohbad, and we need to know the details of his death.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, Shmurda did go on a really long rant yesterday. I saw, a lot of his tweets where he expressed, a lot of pain and anger, frustration, with Nigerian, authorities, and with the way things turned out for his, fellow artist Mohbad. And of course, it then morphed into, seemingly a cultism, show-off shame, across the whole social media yesterday. If you looked across Twitter yesterday, it was a mess. But, we're hoping that it doesn't, degenerate into complete violence amongst these persons. Because
he said legal or illegal. I'm hoping that the law enforcement authorities will step in so we don't push people to the brink of anarchy and chaos.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I agree. But, these things only happen when there's a failure, from law enforcement in the first place.
Right.
So if things were done properly, you would never degenerate to this level where you start to see things like this, where people start to, threaten to take laws into their hands or, seek out, justice, in some other, fashion. So there is that, and of course, would the police and its statement be even out now if there wasn't a public outcry for investigation?
I doubt.
How does a person pass in such a funny manner? The Nigerian police doesn't bother themselves with the, at least, what are you going to sign on his death certificate? What was written there? Yeah, I mean, these are the things that we just see in Nigerian society, and everybody just moves on. But it is a problem. Well,
Mohbad's death doesn't look like one of those that will just be swept under the carpet or people will move on easily from. Questions abound, and these questions need answers. People need to be arrested. And also conversations about his royalties from Marlian music is something that is still in the conversation. But as we get updates regarding this, we'll bring them to you. Now let's move on from here to give more updates to the movie scene, where Woman King star Jimmy Odukoya has just been appointed as senior pastor of the Fountain of Life Church following the recent passing of his father, Pastor Idowu Owohunwa. The Nollywood star's appointment ceremony is scheduled for September 30th, 2023, as it was announced in the church service yesterday. It was revealed that the late Idowu Owohunwa had meticulously shared his succession plan with the Board of Trustees. For several years, Jimmy has served within same capacity as a pastor, motivational speaker, musician, and acclaimed actor. Jimmy rose to global acceptance following his role as Obade in Sony's Hollywood hit Woman King, alongside several global stars, including multi-award winning actress Viola Davis. While Jimmy is yet to make any statements about taking on the new role, fans are wondering what happens next, especially with his acting career. Our hearts again go out to the Odukoya family and all those who have been impacted by the life of Pastor Idowu and his ministry as well. Now, this story also garnered a lot of mixed reactions, while some were in support of it, saying that he had served in the capacity of a pastor for the longest time. There were others who wondered why the succession did not go to somebody else and asking if it's a family business. And I mean, personally, I had no issues with it. I just wondered why we made so much of an issue about it, such that it even started to trend on Twitter. But there were a lot. They
will make an issue, about it, because every now and then when people say, and let's not be dishonest with our analysis, when people say that religion is a business, church is a business, there's always pushback, and they'll say no, don't say that is wrong. But these are the kind of things that make people continue to create those narratives that say that, I mean, there's no way that, you know, if you look across the whole hierarchy, I don't know, you know, anything about the church. I didn't even know who this person was until yesterday. Because I didn't watch that movie. No, I
didn't
really
watch
don't.
Woman King?
No, I didn't.
Oh, wow.
But, you know, when there's no, it's going to be hard to convince, you know, the general public that if you look at the hierarchy in the church, I don't know the name of church again.
Fountain of Life
Fountain
Church.
of Life. If you look at the hierarchy in the church, that he was right next, you know, in line to take over from his father. His father's passing was unexpected, you know, somehow, some way. But it has now moved from father to son, and so it creates those narratives that, okay, maybe it's family business.
I do understand.
Yes, T.D. Jakes did move, and it's the same thing, even when T.D. Jakes did it.
Roberts.
Exactly, he moved it to his daughter.
Yes,
you know, so,
but the truth is, in a number of these scenarios, first of all, we cannot discredit the fact that Jimmy has been a pastor and has carried himself
I'm not doubting that. I'm saying that.
He has served in the capacity as a pastor.
Great, but
right?
what I'm asking is, or what I'm saying is, don't be surprised when people say or ask that, if your dad is passing, you know, I don't think he has been on that pulpit, you know, as much as his father has been, you know, as a pastor.
No other pastor there has been on the pulpit as long as his father has been.
The point is, these questions will be asked.
Yes,
is he next in line? If there was a hierarchy in the church, is Jimmy next in line to, I mean, take over that role, or you're really just keeping it in the family? That's really what it is, and it's not. There's nothing wrong with people asking these questions.
Well,
also, is the anointing, you know, passed from father to son? Is it, you know, something? Is it what's the word now?
Well,
is it hereditary? Exactly. Thank you, Michael.
Jesus is the Son of God, and the anointing passed from God.
No, it did not. Yeah, it doesn't. The point is, no matter how much you defend it, leave space for people to ask those questions.
And it's okay for them to ask those questions.
Exactly.
I'm just saying that my personal point of view is that I don't see, I mean, I wish them all the best. I know that it's a very trying time for the family. Families trying to move. They've had series of losses in the past few years, from Pastor Bimbo Odukoya, their mom who passed, to Pastor Nomthi. He remarried. Pastor Nomthi passed a few years ago as well, and then now I think he also lost a sister. It's just been a lot of losses. I think our core focus right now is, you know, just supporting the family as much as we can, and those who are not comfortable with it will be all right at the end of the day. Our thoughts again and our prayers are with the Odukoyas. And should Pastor Jimmy Odukoya,
that's the wrong way. That's the wrong way that's the same thing that I'm saying.
What is the wrong way?
They'll be all right at the end of the day. That's the wrong way to address it.
No. The truth is, at the end, I don't see what is wrong with it. I'm sure that the church has a standard. We don't understand the internal workings of the church. I'm sure that there's a criteria by which they decide who is the next in line.
Great. But when they ask those questions, the response should not be you'll be all right.
So am I the ones in charge of of appointing the people in charge?
The point is, if you say yes, they are right to raise their eyebrows at these things, you should not underline that with
I'm not discountenancing why they would raise eyebrows. Of course, we know that religion is a very sore topic, but we don't have enough time. Unfortunately, we've come to the end of the show. Yet again, I would say congratulations to, you know, we have so many good news. Unfortunately, we couldn't go through all our stories because we've run out of time, but our thoughts and our prayers are with the Odukoyas. And should Pastor Jimmy Odukoya accept this, we wish him all the best in his new journey.